crashing in the sunsets, falling to the ground. Well, I moved to a city with $1 to my name, with holes in both my shoes and a pocket full of honey, yeah. A lot of my inspiration initially came from kind of folk musicians that I grew up listening to. So Peter, Paul, and Mary, and a lot of everybody who covered every Bob Dylan song, because all of his songs were covered in the 60s. I listened to a lot, Joan Baez, Joni Mitchell, things like that. And then my uncle and my dad would always listen to the 90s songwriters, like the female songwriters, the Lilith Fair era. So I always heard that going on in the background. And then when I started to write music, it was the kind of like the first, like Sufjan Stevens and Regina Spektor and Patty Griffin and things like that. I was deep into listening to their music. So those kind of like the solo singer-songwriters are really what got me going. But then I started to learn about all different kinds of bands and things like that. And once I started to be in bands, they would show me different influences who are great. So, but I really do owe a lot to the kind of singer-songwriter troubadour types. Daddy is a strong, tall man. except for a midnight phone call. Crash to the table, you crawl to the floor. A basket of strawberries rolls to the door. Ain't no autumn in San Diego. Brush, it'll burn, the sky will glow. Music for me is it's almost like another family member for me. I will always do it, even if I'm not doing this, you know, even if I'm just sweeping a floor or taking a shower or driving a car, or if I'm 80 years old and there's only a gas station that you could possibly play outside of, I'd probably go play outside of there. Like for me, it's just a form of expression. It's almost like a form of therapy, and I will always be creative. So for me, I'm so grateful for it. And even if I, you know, lost the ability to make music or enjoy it, I would still find another way of being a creator and being an artist. It's just a fact. I'm just always gonna create things. Music just happens to be that. It's almost like another limb, you know, another arm or something. Black Dress is also about like falling in love with somebody that it's doomed, but you're still falling in love with them and just being a hot mess. And I wrote that. It was also autobiographical, living in New York City, and just like falling for somebody that I knew was going to be really difficult to have to be with this person, but it's like, you're still going to do it. It's still beautiful. Love is beautiful no matter what, even if it's going to not turn out. So that one is also autobiographical. Once I was young in New York City. Summer was hard, but damn, it was pretty. And I wore a black dress to make myself right, to cover the mess of myself. Oh, and I wore a black dress to make myself right, to cover the mess of myself. Baby, you should know pictures don't do you justice. So look in your eye, numbers you with a haunted. And I know you can't stay. Something will come, take you away from me way. And I know you can't stay. Something will come, take you away. I'm here tonight to find me some saving, and you're here tonight in your need for escaping. And I wore a black dress to make myself right, to cover the mess of myself. Oh, and I wore a black dress to make myself right, to cover the mess of myself. Prodigal sons playing tag by the Bowery, and I'll close my eyes and let you run by me. And I know you can't stay. Something will come, take you away from me way. And I know you can't stay. Something will come and take you away. keep on climbing on. Now, love, could you hold on to me just a little bit more? Now, love, could you hold on to me just a little bit more? Now, love, could you hold on to me just a little bit more? Now, love, could you hold on to me just a little bit more? Once I was young in New York City. Summer was hard, damn it was pretty. And so I was born in Massachusetts, outside of Boston, and in Boston, and then we moved to California, so to the other side of the country, to San Diego. I just grew up singing. San Diego, I was just like a little kid running around in the backyard, kind of doing whatever creative thing I wanted. Then we moved back to the Boston area, to New Bedford, and that's where I really got into theater and stuff, because there wasn't as much to do there, and my parents were worried about my safety and stuff, so they were like, just do theater. So I did a lot of theater there, and it was my favorite thing to do as a teenager. And then I went to my university is there in Massachusetts, and again, it's a very, for a state school, it was a very creative place. So every step of the way, if I ever wanted to do something musical, there's always somebody there who wanted to help or be part of it. So I've never had a hard time finding outlets for making music. I have been singing in choirs and theater since I was 8 years old, probably. And then when I was 11 or 12, I decided I was going to write musical theater. So I wrote a whole musical at age 11. And I did a lot of theater for a long time and music and stuff like that. But then I realized I wanted more control over everything. And I had all these ideas. So I started to switch into songwriting around when I was 18 or 19. So, and then since then, I realized I could have a band, and I've had bands ever since. So, and doing songwriting and solo stuff. So it's been as long as I can remember. In terms of music, like I said, I spent a lot of time in choir and chorus and things like that. But then when I was in college, I started to take class voice, which was more jazz oriented, but it was all for the voice. And then but my degree at my university was history, so it wasn't music, but I did music the whole time. So I don't have a formal education in music, but it's always been there. I moved here in 2012. I moved here in a relationship. It was kind of a compromise. My ex is from the South, and we were like, well, we'll leave New York. We'll come back down here. And Nashville was like a perfect spot because I was doing music and it was still the South. So I just ended up staying. Take it down, put it in a jar with butterflies. Fill it up with some formaldehyde. You won't see it here again. You say you take it slow. It's a mood and it will come and go. But the joints I needed didn't grow and left me crippled in your eyes. Oh, and all good cowboys know there ain't no good old home, sweet home. So I protest, raise my drink, and I won't live fear no more. 'Cause you never learned my name, it was the one name you should have known. And I will lay me down, and I will lay me down, and I will lay me down the road. $1 in another jukebox just to dance with you. Oh, but all it does is play the blues, and on they go. No, and I won't be another mess to clean at 9 and 3. This late night shift has got me questioning if daylight come at all. Oh, and all good cowboys know there ain't no good old home, sweet home. So I'll raise my protest, raise my drink, and I won't live fear no more. 'Cause you never learned my name, it was the one name you should have known. And I will lay me down, and I will lay me down, and I will lay me down the road. Here am I, staring, standing on a borderline. This life I'm leading really isn't mine. It's slow, before forward tide. Oh, and all good cowboys know there ain't no good old home, sweet home. So I'll raise my protest, raise my drink, and I won't live fear no more. 'Cause you never learned my name, it was the one name you should have known. And I will lay me down, and I will lay me down, and I will lay me down the road. We're really excited because this is 2019. We're hoping to tour some more. And we haven't really ever toured because we've all just kind of been doing Nashville projects, but we are really enjoying this music, and it seems like people are enjoying it also. So we've been invited to do a festival in Iowa, and we have a couple tour stops like in New York and Ohio and Kentucky and stuff like that. So we're really hoping to tour this year, if possible, if all of our jobs let us, and hopefully just finish this album, tour it, and see what happens. You never can tell what happens. So, but I'm also working on a musical with my friend in New York, and I'm providing some of the music. So even if the album, we'll have the album on one side, but then there's always another project going on. I'm always going to make music no matter what. So hopefully, we make a little money off this album. If not, it's okay. We'll always move to the next project. I feel like it's one of those things where you can get music in almost any capacity now, but I feel like, the saying, the cream will always rise to the top. I think people will, somehow find their favorite music, their favorite genres, their favorite experiences. And it's going to be kind of chaotic for a while, but then things will settle, So you just have to be everybody just has to ride the chaos a little bit, like a surfer, and then we'll just see. We're just kind of in a frontier right now, I think. This is how you do it. But there's also a lot of liberation in not knowing what happens next, So just keep trying stuff, So I don't know what ends up happening. Who knew Spotify was going to exist, when I was in 1995, who knew, right? So it's kind of exciting because you can kind of do anything, you can be like Chance the Rapper and just have your music on streaming or, maybe you just tour a lot and sell a lot of merchandise. So, Who knows? Skip to the Part Where We're Together is based, it's also, I co-wrote that with Trace, who is here playing. And that's also kind of a true to life story. We just switched a couple details about when you fall in love with your best friend who isn't ready to be with you and keeps playing around with other people. And you're just like, well, why are we doing this? Like, we love each other, but you're not ready to be with me. So it's kind of semi-autobiographical, but also like switched a little bit to be a pop song. You got to tweak some things to make it, fun. Yeah, so that's what that song is. I know I wasn't what you anticipated, and I know that I made things complicated. So did you. So did you. Do you think about me when you sleep beside him? Do you think about me when it's late at night? I do too. Yeah, I do too. 'Cause all I wanna do is just skip to the part where we're together. Skip to the part where we're together. These games are getting old, and new lovers leave me cold. Can we skip to the part where we're together? Skip to the part where we're together. These games are getting old, and new lovers leave me cold. Do you wish it was me at every party? Was it like a sonic boom when you first saw me? Yeah, me too. I felt it too. Am I the one that got away when you sit beside me? Are you afraid you're gonna die before you get to try me? Why don't you? Yeah, why don't you? 'Cause all I wanna do is just skip to the part where we're together. Skip to the part where we're together. These games are getting old, and new lovers leave me cold. Can we skip to the part where we're together? Skip to the part where we're together. These games are getting old, and new lovers leave me cold. I know I will live a long time and have a wonderful and a wild life, but I think you should come be wild with me. I know I will live a long time and have a wonderful and a wild life, but I think you should come be wild with me. I know I will live a long time and have a wonderful and a wild life, but I think you should come be wild with me. I know I will live a long time and have a wonderful and a wild life, but I think you should come be wild with me.